Okay, so Google just released a new Nano Banana model called Nano Banana 2, and this new model is very good at creating and editing photos. You can try this model via the gemini.google.com, or you can also just use the mobile version of this platform. But this is not the only place that you can visit if you want to try the new model of Nano Banana, or you want to create or edit images with this model, because there are many other places that you can visit, and there are some platforms or some places that offers you better experience or better features. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can access the latest Nano Banana model from Google in some platforms that were designed or created by Google. So they're not some third-party websites, they're actually made by Google, and they are basically connected to your Google account. So the first place other than the Gemini platform that I highly recommend is Google AI Studio. You can open your browser and then you can navigate to aistudio.google.com. And if you are visiting this page for the first time, it might ask you to log in with your Google account first. Now, in case you didn't know, this is basically a place where you can try lots of models from Google, and you can even play around with different settings, something that is not possible in the Gemini platform. So here in Google AI Studio, you can navigate to Playground, and then you can select the model that you want to have chat with. So we have the Gemini 3 Pro model. There is also the Pro version of Nano Banana. There is also the older models. You can try these models on the platform. So let's say I want to try Gemini Nano Banana 2. So this is the model. And at the moment, I guess there is something that you need to know, that some models here are not available for free. You have to bring your own API key, which means you have to set up your billing account, your project account, and of course you have to pay for the API key. But if you subscribe to either Google AI Pro or perhaps Google AI Ultra subscription, you will get between $10 all the way to $100 every month, as long as you are still subscribing to any of those plans. So I have made a video on how you can claim the free credits from Google, and the credits can be used on Google AI Studio to create even more content with some paid models in the platform. I highly recommend to do that if you subscribe to the paid version of Google AI subscription. So right here, if I want to chat with Nano Banana 2, I have to link my API key first. And okay, so I actually have linked that. So let me just click. And there you go. Now I can start generating images using the model. And right here on the right side, you can choose plenty of settings like the aspect ratio, the resolution. You can even choose 512 pixel, which is very small, or even a 4K picture. That's one possibility. And of course, it still has some other cool features like the thinking level. You can also ground the generation based on Google search, and some other cool features that you can customize in the platform. And overall, if you want to get the best experience or the highest level of customization without being into a developer, I think this is actually a great place to start. You can experience some other models that are not even available in the Gemini platform, and you'll be surprised on how many cool things that you can do with this platform. So this is one place that you can try. But if you don't want to experience something that kind of too complicated and you just want to create or edit images quickly, then I do recommend just using Google AI mode. To access that, you can open google.com/AI. And there you go. So this is the new search experience on Google. And of course, to create a picture, it's very simple. Just enter the prompt, or you can also just upload a picture, and you can select the image generation tool and send the message. So it's as simple as that. And the benefit of using AI mode is that this is just well integrated with the Google search experience, and I would imagine that this could be extremely helpful if you are researching something and you want to visualize the search. Let's say you want to shop a product, and then you want to imagine maybe the table, the couch to be right there in your room. You can use this model to imagine that product before actually doing the purchase. So that's one quick use case that I could imagine. But again, this is not the only place. Another place that you can try, and this is something that actually pretty cool because it won't consume your credits. So you can navigate to flow dot, well, this is the URL. Basically, this is Google Flow. You can just search for Google Flow and then you can visit this page. So this is the place that is often used to generate a high quality video using the latest video model. And to generate images using Google Flow, you can start a new project, or perhaps you can open your existing project. And after that, you can select Nano Banana 2 or any image model, and just make sure that you are in the image generation section. You can select the aspect ratio, and you can even choose how many images that you want to generate, and just enter the message or enter the input. And what's interesting is it consumes 0 credits, which is kind of strange because even in the Gemini app, the Gemini platform, it will silently count how many times you are using the model on that day, and tomorrow you cannot, you cannot, after a certain amount of images that you create within 24 hours, then you have to wait until tomorrow so you can create more images. But right here in Google Flow, it doesn't consume your credits, which is kind of interesting because everything here is very expensive, including creating videos. But for images, well, apparently it is 0 credits. So I guess that's one way to save your credits, or perhaps when you are running out of credits on the Gemini platform, you can use this place as an alternative. So that's pretty cool. Now, there are some other places that I guess I cannot demonstrate, but I can still mention in this video. So that is Google Cloud. You can navigate to cloud.google.com, and if you are developing an app or you have a project with the Vertex AI, then you can integrate Google Nano Banana 2 model or any Google model into your application. Now, again, I cannot really demonstrate that, but basically you can integrate the model into your application or project. Another place where I think it's kind of makes sense to have that model is actually Google Ads. You can navigate to business.google.com. Let me just type, and then okay, this is the one. So business.google.com/Google Ads, or basically just search for Google Ads on Google. And I think having this model on Google Ads is totally makes sense, because if you want to create an ad that has a higher conversion, that you want to make sure that visual is as good as possible, and here the image model can definitely help. But unfortunately, again, I cannot show you how you can do it, but I would imagine that when you're creating a campaign, you can utilize the model to modify your photos. Now, there are actually or supposedly many other places that you can try if you want to use the Gemini Nano Banana model. So there are other places like maybe Google Stitch. It's one place to create some great design, and it actually has the Gemini Nano Banana Pro model to generate a mockup design. At the moment when I'm recording this video, there is no info about the possibility of adding the Nano Banana 2 model into the platform. Right now, there is only the Gemini Nano Banana Pro version, which is fine, but I think it is safe to say that Google will eventually add that model into this platform. And it's totally fine that it's still very early, that they haven't implemented the model into this platform, but I'm pretty sure that it will be available very soon. Another place that you can try is actually Google Anti-Gravity. Although again, this is the same as Google Stitch, we still don't have any info about the new model on the platform, but I guess it's safe to say that it will be available on Google Anti-Gravity. So this is basically a coding platform, coding tool that was created by Google, and it has plenty of cool AI tools. And one of them is you can create a website or even an app mockup, and then let Gemini to turn that mockup into a real application. So that's one use case with the integration of the Gemini Nano Banana model. Another place is Google Photos. This is again not yet there, but I think it is safe to say that we will eventually have that model in the platform, because Gemini Nano Banana 2, for example, is very close when it comes to the quality of the Gemini Nano Banana Pro, but it is a lot cheaper. So I think Google has all incentive to have that model on all of their platforms. So right now, again, we don't have that in Google Photos, but I'm just assuming that it will be available in the platform. And also, if you love working with Google Docs or Google Slides, then it should be there. We don't have any info, we don't have any news, but I think it is safe to say that we will eventually have the image, the latest Nano Banana model on Google Slides, Google Docs, or any Google Workspace platform. So right here, apparently it doesn't show any info about the model that is being used. I think it is using Gemini Nano Banana Pro at the moment, and it is only offering you 1K pictures, so that's why it is not very sharp, but it's still okay, it's still acceptable. Just maybe we have to wait a bit longer for Google to eventually implement the latest Nano Banana into their products. So these are some places and some other places that will eventually have the Nano Banana 2 model in the near future, at least according to the historical data. So that's basically it. I hope you find this video to be useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. I wish you a great day ahead.